First thing I do to make a color palette to make it easier to color drop, eyedrop, and etc. So first I'm going to take a circle or square, doesn't matter which one, whichever's your preference. I'm going to size it by holding the mouse button and hitting control. That locks it. If you don't, it'll do this. So if you want an oval, that's great, but if you just want a even circle, hit the mouse and control together. It locks it to proportion. So now that we have a giant red circle, we're going to duplicate it, control D, control and hold, control and drag. So we have this, control D, click, control and drag, control D again, control, drag. So if we want this to be even, so if we, like, let's say it looks like this, and we want the shapes to be even, we select all, or select like so. You're going to go into the Align and Distribute button, which is, if you see it at the top navigation bar, it looks like this. Shift Control A also works as the hotkey. We are going to hit this, which does this, so it makes it all in a line. But as we can see, they're kind of overlapping. We don't want that. So we're going to go into the Distribute section, make horizontal gaps equal, and it does that. So now everything is in line and equal and straight. The reason why you'd want to do this is because sometimes, like let's say with this logo, it's not aligning perfectly, it just looks weird, so we will just align it evenly like so. Next thing we're going to show you, or I'm going to show you, is how do we color pick, or how do we make a color palette. I'm going to show you the what I do, which makes it leagues easier, and then I'm going to show you if you just have the hex code. I dragged and dropped an image of a color palette. I screenshotted it, or sometimes with Adobe Color it will allow you to save it, like download a JPEG or a PNG of it. So I have that. You're going to select the object we want to color. We want to hit just the I key on your keyboard, just I, which unlocks, which opens the eyedropper tool, and just click on the color that you want to select. It is also right underneath the fill tool right here. Let's do that again. Select the object we want, select or click I on the keyboard. I is in India, and select the color that you want, and it will pop up. Let's say that we don't have an actual like color palette to click on, but we do have the hex code. So we are going to go into Fill and Stroke. It looks like this on the navigation bar, and it will pop up on the side. We are going to go to the hex code typing section, RGBA, which is right above the blend mode. Type it in. Type something in. Automatically colors the palette. So as you can see, we copied this hex code by typing it in, or copy and pasting if you need to do that, and it is the exact color that we want. And to keep in mind, for Photoshop or Canva, you can normally just type in the hex code and that's fine, and it will change the color. With Inkscape, it will add an FF at the end of the hex code that you type in, or the code that you type in, automatically. I don't know why it does that, but this is just how Inkscape works. If you need to copy this code and it doesn't work on, like, let's say Canva or Photoshop or any other platform that you need to type in the hex code for, just get rid of the two F's at the end of the code that it automatically generates, and it should work. And that's how you create color palettes in Inkscape.